Her dog went missing for 4 whole days. Then a neighbor noticed a strange hole in the yard. Like most family pets, Angus, the 14-year-old bulldog, was doted on by his owner. Yes, despite getting on in dog years and having lost his vision, Angus, the lovable canine, was living happily in Costa Mesa, California, with his human companion, Robin Hubbard.
Before we begin, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
It's true that Angus has been around in better days. After all, he's not only missing both of his eyes, but he started to suffer from seizures in his old age. It's no surprise, then, that Hubbard thought the worst when Angus went missing. Indeed, she returned home to find that her beloved bulldog was nowhere to be seen. She later admitted she thought he might have gone off somewhere to die. But not willing to give up hope just yet, the dedicated owner posted flyers around her neighborhood, just in case someone had knowledge about her missing 4-legged friend. However, after 4 days had passed with no sign of Angus, things didn't look promising. Then something incredible happened. One of her neighbors was lending a hand in the search for Angus when she stumbled across something unusual in Hubbard's very own backyard. She started crawling around, and all of a sudden she's like, "Did you know about this hole?" And I said, "What hole? What are you talking about?" Hubbard later explained to CBS Los Angeles. The pair investigated further. It seems that the neighbor had found a small hole hidden behind some foliage in Hubbard's yard. But upon closer inspection, the hole was, in fact, so deep that they couldn't see to the bottom of it. Although there was no sound coming from the hole, Hubbard suspected at once that Angus was down there. Following her instinct, then, she called the Costa Mesa Fire Department, who arrived on the scene in a matter of hours. Luckily for Hubbard, Angus was indeed at the bottom of the pit, and officers got to work trying to free him. First, they tried simply reaching down and pulling him out, but at 10 feet deep the pit was guarding its captive well. Instead, the firefighters were forced to clear the area and try something else. Slowly and carefully, they made the opening slightly larger until one officer could be lowered in headfirst. To document the amazing rescue, Hubbard took to Facebook, and broadcasting live through the social media site, she managed to capture the heartwarming moment when Angus was pulled from the hole. Amazingly, the whole operation took less than an hour, but it was an agonizing wait for Hubbard. Indeed, in her emotional rescue video, the desperate owner can be heard screaming Angus as the pooch is dragged up onto solid ground. And Hubbard wasn't the only person who couldn't believe just what was unfolding in front of her eyes. "This is so nerve-wracking. I can't even imagine. I'm going to cry when he comes out," wrote one anxious Facebook viewer. Speaking after the dramatic event, Hubbard revealed she couldn't believe Angus had managed to move so far, even though he only made it to the yard. "He hasn't been in the backyard for a year," she told local media. "He can't even really walk from the bed to the den." Following his ordeal, Angus was rushed to a local vet for a thorough checkup. Fortunately, despite spending days on end underground, the pooch only needed a good feed and some treatment for dehydration. Angus' story is an example of community spirit at its finest. From the neighbor who helped Hubbard in her hour of need to the hero firefighters who went way above the call of duty by accompanying her to the vets, all had aided Hubbard more than she could have imagined possible. "I cannot express enough my thanks and gratitude to everyone who helped my Angus," Hubbard later wrote on the fire department's Facebook. "I could not have asked for a better experience. Thank you." Though clearly delighted at being given a second chance to cuddle Angus, Hubbard admitted she was surprised at the turn of events. "Obviously, he's not on his last legs like I thought he was," she said. After some investigating, Hubbard finally got to the bottom of her mystery hole. It turned out that the original owners were able to tell her that the house previously had a septic system in place, and the hole may have come from that. Unbeknownst to Hubbard then, the jacuzzi deck and landscaping had completely obscured the hole and allowed the dangerous hazard to go unnoticed for years. Of course, now she's had the hole filled in, and Angus can live out his golden years without any more nasty falls in their backyard.